I have done that since well before the Blade Show, and there's been zero receptor change, zero anything. I have numerous clients that have converted that for brain activity. So I've got tons of college students, tons of business professionals. I mean, we're talking engineers. I've got a lawyer that writes tons of litigation, and he loves doing that. The Focus 5 literally makes you feel smarter, and it makes you feel like everybody around you is in slow motion, which is kind of cool. It's like I'm thinking 10 times faster than this guy, and he can't even tie his shoes.
I can't take the Focus 5 and Hyperlean.
No, not together, because, okay, so the Focus 5 makes you more sensitive.
I take Focus 5 at about 7:30.
Yeah.
I can't take Hyperlean at all fucking till after lunch. Like, it's too much for me. I took Focus 5, 5 Focus 5, and some coffee, like a third cup of coffee. And Colin's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm going, dude, I'm overstimulated. He goes, what'd you take? I go, I haven't fucking taken anything. I don't know what it is.
There's no stimulants in the Focus 5, but it will make
everything work better.
Super powerful. So maybe that's what you should do. Maybe get some Focus 5, try that and see how it goes. I take them both daily because I like to be full speed all the time, and I work very long days.
For guys that already have the Hyperlean, I will sometimes take, when I was taking Hyperlean, I still take it some. At 6:30 in the morning, I would take half of a Hyperlean when I got in the shower. I get in the shower with 3 scoops of protein. I drink that while I'm in the shower, and then I come here. At the gym, at 10:30, we will leave here. In 25 minutes, we'll leave here to go to the gym, 10:30. And I'll take 2 scoops, while I'm on the drive to the gym, I'll take 2 scoops of Vaso 2, which has no stimulant in it, but it's going to open those receptors. It's, well, not...
Vasodilator.
Yeah, it's a vasodilator. It pushes what you're putting in you. It lets it absorb better. Yep. And then I take that with 2 scoops of 187. And this has caffeine in it, whereas the Hyperlean is a different type of stimulant. You could mix them if you're looking for that. If you're looking for that crazy ephedrine caffeine, like the old school, like used to hit you, but I don't need that anymore. If I took 187 and Hyperlean, I would be too stimulated. Like, my workout would be shit. I'd be at the gym eating fucking bars and pounding water trying to flush that shit out.
Yeah. Most people can't take both together.
But I use way less than I used to of any of this shit. And Colin will tell you, man, I used to fucking load up, like I'd have that much fucking pre-workout in a fucking cup. And this shit just, it works. Like, we used this stuff for months and months and months before we ever fucking told you about it or started selling it. I mean, we told you when we started using it, and we told you we would report back. Like, we could have sold the shit. We didn't sell it for fucking months until we literally used it for months. We didn't start using it, and we switched all of our shit over to it. Like, I eat Swinney nutrition products all day long, and I buy them. Like, I don't. He's not giving me this shit to have me eat it. Like, we buy this shit, and it just works. So
we got some new stuff coming, which is going to be cool. People are going to eat it up.
Let's do the last one here, and then we'll start getting ready to go to the gym. I've lost a large amount of weight in the last 5 months with just diet and some walking, and recently got back in the gym and have been thinking of adding some of the Champ products into my diet. What should I start out with?
Okay. Again, the first answer I'm going to give that guy when he meets me, I'm going to say, what's your budget? If you have a $50 budget, a $100 budget, a $500 budget, well, that's where things get a little tricky. The first thing you should add, if you don't have any type of protein or multivitamin, you're probably in a bad spot. Since you've lost a lot of weight, sounds like you're a weight loss person, I would go with the Amino 6 first. So, because it's super low calorie, basically the calories you intake off the Amino 6 you're going to burn drinking it. So I would start with the Amino 6 and the Champ Packs.
Plus the Amino 6 tastes good.
It tastes phenomenal.
Most guys that were real overweight drank a lot of soda and shit, and you were drinking soda. Well, number one, you're highly addicted to it. You don't realize it, but it has a good taste to it. It's sweet. Mm-hmm. So guys that stop drinking soda or come off of drinks like that, they start using like little, I don't even have any here, little drops of the Mios and shit like that. This shit tastes fucking. Way better. It tastes way better. I drink it because it tastes good. As a byproduct, I get the aminos out of it.
Like, I literally have all 5 jugs on my desk and in my water during the day when I'm at Champ. That's all I drink. I don't do the Mios. I don't need nothing else, and I'm getting protein all day.
Yeah, and I'm not talking Mios with energy shit in it. No. I'm talking just the flavor drops.
It's good. So he needs the aminos and vitamins first. And then if you're like, okay, well, I really want to lose some more fat fast, throw in the hyperlean, and definitely one of the SARMs, the MK2866. It makes everything better. It helps you body recomposition. So if you Google the word, Google body recomposition and understand what it is, it's basically gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time. And I tell that to people, they go, well, I don't want to bulk up, I don't want to gain muscle. Well, don't worry, you're not going to wake up and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just not going to happen. I've never met any man in this world who didn't need to gain a little bit of muscle somewhere. Unless you're a professional bodybuilder getting paid hundreds of thousands of years to lift weights, you know, you're not too muscular, and gaining a little bit will not hurt you. Realize you're going to gain 5 to 10 pounds, maybe at most a year of solid muscle tissue that you can keep without working out. So I would add that, let it naturally work for you, and make your life a little better.
Keep in mind too, guys ask these questions, you give them the answer, and they say, well, I don't want to get bigger, or I don't want to have to buy more clothes, or those guys are already talking, they just want to talk to you. They don't want to do it, they just want to talk about doing it. Those are the dudes that are, no matter what you tell, they ask your advice, and then they tell you why they're not going to take your advice.
Yeah.
They've already, those are the dudes that are just, they're in those forums, they're the same guys on the computer, they don't ever go out and train, they don't ever go to a gym, they just sit and talk about fucking wanting to do it, or talk about doing it, and giving their buddies advice on how to do it, but they don't actually fucking execute it themselves. For some reason, there are a lot of those people in the world now.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like the guys that collect all the shit but don't ever fucking use it.
Right.
And there's a lot of dudes like that, man. You're gonna run into them, especially in our industry, which you're crossing over to. I mean, you're seeing a lot of new, different sorts of people than what you've been, used to having as clients. And that kind of separates them. When you charge them for the information, they have that commitment. When you give out free information, that's exactly what it is. It's just fucking free information. And you get a lot of those dudes that, well, how should I make my arms bigger? So you tell them, and they're like, well, I don't really want my arms bigger because I don't want to buy new shirts. Well, then why the fuck would we have that conversation?
And it's like if you lose some fat, it would kind of balance out. You don't have to buy new shirts anyway.
Right.
And you're never going to meet a woman who's going to come up to you and go, oh, your arms are a little bit too big. Gross. I've never heard a woman say that. Maybe if you're, like I said, one of the top 5 bodybuilders in the world and your arms are 24 inches. But chances are your arms will never be over 20 inches. Maybe.
22 was too big for me.
22, yeah. Mine hit 20, I had to stop.
Were you really 20?
No, the biggest mine, 19 and a half, but that's pumped. I did want to do an experiment where I'd like measure my arm on camera, drink the Vaso, and work arms, and then like an hour later remeasure it, just to see, just to prove. Because a lot of guys lie about their measurements. I never lie. I don't want to lie. How much you weigh? I'll tell you. How much body fat? I'll tell you. A lot of people make up stuff. What do you bench? 500? No, you don't. Prove it. I'll give you $1,000 to bench for 500 because you don't. It's like what.
Because even if you do that video when your pec fucking tears out,
yeah,
it sounds like a gunshot in the gym. I'm gonna make way more than that $1,000 on that video.
Right. So it's like I always think it'd be cool to do that kind of stuff.
How big are these? What do you think? 13, 14?
No, I guess almost 16. Right, 16.
17 and a quarter.
Not right now.
No, not at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Well, years ago. I mean,
you got a tape? Measure and see if I'm close.
Yeah, I'm sure we got some tape. I got a bunch of webbing we can fucking wrap around.
I want to see how close I am with my eyeball guess.
We don't even work arms.
No, we don't do specific arms really.
Like we do a hammer curl on one day, and then we do another curl like with fucking, I think with legs we do.
Yeah, it's back, hamstrings, and one bicep. And he was talking, which I know we got stuff to do, so I'm not going to get too far. But me crossing into the tactical world and the gun world, I absolutely love it. I'm a gun guy. I'm from West Limestone, Alabama, which if you try to look it up, you're probably not going to find it. It's out in the woods.
Do they have limestone there?
Limestone County is the name of the county, so I'm sure they do. I don't really know the history of it. I'm not a history buff. I spend so much time in the biomechanics and physiology textbooks that literally I'm really not good at much other stuff. But I love guns. I love knives. I love tactical stuff. I love camouflage. That is my world. That is what I love to do. And it just happened to be that we crossed paths, and I get to bring him to my world, and now he's bringing me into his. But I say that to say this. I used to be a fan of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Little radio. He used to come on WEAP, a little local station. And he got on last week, and I never listen to regular radio. I'm a satellite radio guy. I hate commercials. I hate people talking. Well, I just flipped it over. I have no clue why. And he's talking about how he's anti-gun. And we need gun laws, and nobody should have a gun. Look at Australia. We need to be like Australia. Well, he lost me as a lifetime fan for that, because I believe in the Second Amendment. highly believe in the Second Amendment. We should all be able to arm ourselves and defend ourselves, because if you put a law that says you shouldn't have a gun, well, the only people go by that's the good guys. The bad guys aren't going to have guns, then we're at a disadvantage. And I mean, I may be wrong, but that's kind of the way I think. So if you're somebody out there and you don't like the Second Amendment and you think that I should not be able to have a gun and nobody else should be able to have a gun, please unfriend me and don't follow me.
Justin doesn't want your money because he's got plenty of money coming from dudes that are gun guys.
I like guns, and I think I should have my rights. But when I heard that radio show, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" This guy literally says nobody should have a gun.
I wonder how much of that they actually believe. Like, I really wonder, because you see all these stars. Like, I met Jeremy Renner, fucking pro NRA, fucking, like, I sat at a table with the man. I stood in the hallway. We fucking talked about riding dirt bikes and shit. All the action movies. He came. He fucking took himself off contract, stopped getting paid, took TAC response classes for a week, so that he could portray a U.S. serviceman better in his gun handling skills in some of his movies. Then all of a sudden he comes out and says, "I'm against. We need stricter gun control laws." I really wonder how much of that is them believing it and them just being paid to fucking say it. Like, I mean, yeah, they still said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still fucking happened. They still attached their fucking celebrity status with it. But I really wonder how much they actually fucking believe of that shit. That's a good question.
That I don't know. But it would take crazy large sums of money for me to get on camera and say, I think nobody should have a gun but the bad guys. I don't get it.
What if you could get millions of dollars to say that and then fucking give it to the NRA? Or give it to some other organization?
Yeah. Or go back in a month later and go, gotcha.
I don't know. I just wonder, fucking now that how much of that is really publicity?
It's like the whole the Kardashian guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Did he really get?
Did he really do all that stuff? I mean, this dude was on the Wheaties box, like he was legit.
He's a fucking U.S. gold medalist.
And then all of a sudden he turns into a woman, supposedly.
I haven't seen a fucking actual vagina yet.
I hope we never see it, but
it'll be on Facebook.
It'll be on Facebook. But like, I don't know how much of that's real. I don't know how much of it's publicity.
No, and the thing is, but we didn't even know who fucking. If you just said Bruce Jenner fucking 10 years ago, nobody would have known who that motherfucker was. Everybody knows him now. That's because they want you to fucking talk about this. Let's not talk about this.
Right.
Didn't they just give the president some fast track fucking to where he could sign some laws into fucking effect without having to go through Congress and without them being voted on with this fucking trade agreement shit? I just heard the other day Jack Spricker talking about, so there's some new trade agreement that they've put into or are about to put into effect that's like NAFTA on fucking steroids. It's like 10 times worse. It's going to fucking put a bunch of jobs out of the United States. We're going to have all the import shit where it has to say made in China. All this shit, like, they don't have to tag stuff coming in anymore. It used to be if it came in and 10% of the assembly was done in the United States, they could still say made in the United States. Right. And then a bunch of that shit changed. Well, now, like when you get your food, you pick up your fucking apples and your oranges, says grown in a hothouse in Chile or whatever. This law or this trade agreement, they no longer have to say where your food came from. It doesn't, so it can say grown in the United States or this or that. It's just like, organic.
Yeah.
It used to actually mean something. Now they fucking have dumbed it down. You're not allowed to say they were trying. I think it went into effect that on milk it doesn't have to say growth hormone free or hormone free. You can no longer say that because it was fucking giving you an unfair advantage against the big conglomerations. It's because those people put all that money into it. But the point is, all this shit's happening or just happened, and we're not fucking talking about that because we're busy talking about Bruce Jenner's vagina.
Yeah.
And that's what it all is. It's just like whether you vote fucking Republican or Democrat. They already know who's going to be the fucking president. It's the same fucking mouthpiece. Yep. They said when Obama got in office he was going to pass a bunch of laws that were illegal to fucking pass, and so far he's fucking passed 90% of what he said he was going to do that we said he could never fucking do legally. He did it. And the next fucking person, man, woman, fucking whoever it is they're going to pass a bunch more shit. And they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And we're going to keep talking about Bruce Jenner.
Yeah. Exactly right. They distract us.
Yep.
And people like me and you are too busy to worry about it. We get what happens in the end.
People are gonna hate the fact when I say it, but we can't fucking. You and I can't change that. We can talk about it and get a bunch of other people talking.